Hello, my name is Peter Sohn. I'm here at Pixar Animation Studios and very grateful to be talking to you all. Why did I choose animation as a career? I feel like I was born into one of those cliche stories where there were no other options for me. Frames going by when you're flipping a book and having drawings that are on each page change slightly created this magic of bringing something to life. And I have been in love with that concept for 40 years. I really didn't have any other options. My other options were taking over my father's store, which I did not want to do. It was an anathema to me.
Familiar story from Elemental.
Sure. Right, exactly. My mom wanted me not to leave New York. She wanted me to stay with her. But yeah, my father was against it too, because in that sort of immigrant first generation mentality, trying to make sure that your kids have some kind of future, it's just a very limited understanding of what that is. He quickly flipped on a dime. It was, you need to get a portfolio, you need to get this type of portfolio, you need to make a reel. He learned so much that he would then now be pushing for that path, which surprised my brother and I, because we had no idea that he could be like that.
I feel like when you shared about your parents' resilience, like starting from scratch, like in a way animators have to do that. You're starting from a blank canvas.
He would look at an empty store and envision what the store could be. The older I got, the more I started to appreciate a connection with my father and I of looking at a piece of paper and trying to envision something within that. He was an artist in that way. He really understood the kind of hard work that's necessary to sustain and build something from nothing.
What would you say? Okay, if you want to really get into animation, these are things you didn't realize, but it's really important to know or need to do.
Risk-taking and what that means in animation these days has been really fascinating. Different generations, there are nostalgic generations, and then there's generations that are great risk-takers, and everyone evolves through one of these phases, it's like some sort of cycle. Knowing when to take the risk is a weird skill that either you have a gut for it or you learn it through experience. But it's a skill that I feel like is very, very important in creative roles like this. I feel myself headed to talk to the risk takers more and more and more. This place was started by Steve Jobs. He was famous for these insane risks that he would take, and it's a skill that you can only learn in very specific ways. You have to be in those leadership positions to risk those things with a group of people.
If you had to describe this is Pete's leadership style, what would it be?
I am not my title. I don't care where an idea comes from. If it's going to make the project better, please speak up. A lot of that has to do with listening and making sure that everyone is heard, but then also making a decision and being clear of why you're going down that route.
What helped you still know that I will then seek these opportunities, or I want to seek these opportunities? Because I think that's still another level of depth.
Yes. My Kunabaji talked about opportunities. He said, learn to find them and then take them at every chance that you got.
When was the last time you were in Korea?
The last time I was in Korea was for Elemental last summer. It was a very uplifting time. Talking to everyone there and the support that was there lifted me up, and I had an experience that I'll never forget. I just really, really was grateful for the community. Yeah, I loved it.
What else was meaningful looking back that played a key role in how your family shaped you?
I got to ask my father a lot of questions about why he left Korea, what that was like to leave home, to start a new life in New York, finding my mom, and like all this history that I never knew about. I can't help but think that my parents are looking down at all this, and it lifts me up in a way that I get very emotional about, just because I miss them a great deal, and I would be so curious to have seen what they would have been like knowing that Korea lifted this film up, knowing that it connected because of what they had taught me and given me.